I eat a salad, I eat anything else but pasta. I can't eat it.
Who do you think should be the #1 overall pick this spring?
Realistically speaking, I have to say Travis. Realistically speaking.
And then who do you think should be NFL MVP?
Ooh. Lamar. For sure.
That's all for me, man. I appreciate you.
So I appreciate you guys. Sure. Nice meeting you as well. Who's this?
What's the official pronunciation?
Iheanacho.
Iheanacho. We've all been saying Iheanacho wrong.
What you got coming up these next couple months, visit-wise?
I have Texas A&M. I'm going to be there on the 11th for Junior Day. And then I'm trying to lock in Tennessee and Oklahoma and or USC.
Steve Wilfong, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you, fun.
What are some of the things about the Aggies that have them excited for you to go out there and check them out?
The 26 class is looking pretty good so far, and if I'd be able to possibly add to that, I think they could go farther. This year they made it to the SEC championship. They're like as high as like number 10 in the country at one point. Said I like the O-line coach there, Coach Cushing. They always reach out, they keep a good connection. So I've always been interested in just going out there. They offered me some time ago, so I think it's about a good time to go out there.
Manny, Texas A&M's a school you're going to see. Who are some of the programs that you find yourself very familiar with right now heading into the new year?
Oregon, for sure. Penn State, Maryland, Ohio State, Alabama, for sure. I would like to get more familiar with schools like Miami, USC, Tennessee. I'm familiar with Auburn, and yeah.
Pretty long group there. Was there a visit or two or a relationship that's really starting to make you feel at home?
Coach Trotwine at Penn State hits me up. I'm probably the best relationship with him. Coach Terry at Oregon, great coach. I appreciate Coach Terry a lot. I keep great connection. I think it's about equal connection-wise. I appreciate talking to those guys as much as I can. And Coach Ealerby at Tennessee, for sure. So I'd say those are probably the 3 schools that I talk to the most and I have great connection with so far.
Let's talk about each of them. So beyond the relationship that you have with Coach Trotwine at Penn State, what else excites you about your opportunity with the Nittany Lions?
Penn State, they're very close to getting over the hump, and they're really close to home. My parents will be able to come watch me play. Obviously, staying close is necessarily a demand or like something I'm not looking for, but it's definitely like something that I've thought of. Coach Franklin, I like Coach Franklin a lot. I like their play style. The OC is great. And I just like their O-line production and how they've been able to put O-linemen in the league.
What are your favorite things about Oregon?
Oregon, it's all the way on the other side of the country, so it's kind of contrastment there. I like Coach Terry, Coach Lanning, really young coach. They're winning games, and they have products. Penei Sewell, and they got some other guys coming up in this draft. Like I said, they're across the country, so my family would it'd be a little tough for them to come watch me. Obviously, you have the TV, but I just love the whole dynamic, the whole campus of Oregon, like how everything, like the practice field to the weight room is set up. I love the strength and conditioning coach, Coach Love down there. It was straight love when I got down there, and the gear is amazing. That's not the most important part, but the gear is amazing.
And then Tennessee, you said you have a great relationship with them. What are some of the things that make that program beyond the relationship a good opportunity for you?
Obviously, they have some nice SEC ball there. They also, they've gotten over the hump. The Tennessee-Alabama rivalry, they beat them 2 times in the last 3 years, something like that. They win games. I feel like I could also get that. It's really about getting certain schools over the hump. Certain schools have gone over the hump. Like I would say, like Oregon's over the hump. But there's other certain schools like Tennessee, I'll say, like Tennessee, like Penn State, that I could get over the hump. And I said, I like Coach Ealerby, Coach Heupel. I talked to OC a lot down there as well. Just great guys. Overall, just great guys. And it's a nice location as well.
Have you started to say, hey, I know I'm going to take an official visit to these select programs?
Oh, yeah. At the moment, definitely Oregon, Penn State, Georgia. So I like that Georgia. Georgia's a school I have a great connection with. And Oregon, Georgia, Penn State, and Tennessee.
What excites you about the Bulldogs?
So before I visited Oregon, Georgia was like my number one by far. I love how they're very raw, like, you know, they're gritty, they're everything like that what you see in like some nice old-fashioned smash mouth football. They have, like I said, Coach Smart. I talked to him. Coach Searles, great. You know, he produces guys, Marius Mims, Andrew Thomas, guys like that. They just won the SEC championship, so you know they win. And they said I like the campus down there. And overall, I just appreciate their brand of football.
So is Oregon the new number one then?
I would say yes. Oregon's my number one, but Georgia's right there, number two. Not too far off.
What does the timeline look like going forward? You mentioned some visits coming up, but beyond that, when do you want to start really focusing in on, you know, the final number one?
Yeah, so I have these junior day visits I'm going on, and I'll be. I think I'm going to cut my list again, maybe around February to around 10 to 12. I'm having an idea around there. Take my OVs, and then from there, I want to commit before senior year. I want to say around August, and I think that should work fine. And then maybe like around after OVs, maybe like 4 to 8, and then I'll commit by August for sure.
Do you talk to the Florida Gators much?
I've started getting a better connection with them. I was talking to one of their O-line coaches, Coach DeCoster. I just started talking to him. I've started to grow a liking into Florida. You know, earlier in the process, it was like I didn't know if I was really gonna keep talking to them. Like it was like on and off. They kind of like flipped the switch, and they've been able to flip a lot of guys like from Florida State, which I found pretty nice. And you know, Coach Napier, I've always had like faith in Coach Napier. He's a great guy. You know, when I talked to him, he was just like really openness. You know, great just to be able to talk to as football and just as a coach. So I like talking to Coach Napier and Coach Sale. Great.
Have you been down to Gainesville yet? Or no?
I've been, Florida State. Yeah.
Any plans to get back down? Or?
I intend maybe if those Tennessee visits don't go, that'll probably be my other school that I'll try to get to.
What do you like about Coach DeCoach there? What's early on? I know it's still building, but what do you like about that connection you're building?
I've talked to him. I talked to him for about a good hour straight or so, and he was he told me because he used to be in the NFL. He told me like what he was looking for me as a player, and like how the business aspect of it is. You know, I like to hear about that because you know eventually that's the goal, to be able to be in that business to where I'll be able to make millions for my family.
You mentioned they sort of flipped the switch.
Yeah.
I mean, what noticeable thing was that? I mean, it's just contact picked up. Or?
I would say they started winning bigger games, and you know they're always on the I don't know how to say the word. They're always just right there by the winning games, like Georgia. If Lagway are healthy, it's probably a different result, to be honest. But they just had like you started winning those bigger games, and then they started flipping guys, and now like their 25, 26 is looking really nice. Their 25 class is great. I don't know how the 26 class is looking, but I know that they are doing great things down there.
So their play is what flipped the switch.
Yeah, for sure. All our players have been pretty good as well. And she's the D line. I'm not O line, but the O line is pretty good.